I've been here a little over an hour waiting on Brad. Hey, Brad, there he is.
I don't know how you managed to arrange this, but it's been 80 degrees, setting record for 2 weeks in Mississippi, and the first day we get the swamp donkey, you must have said some good prayers.
I'm just living right, Yeah, I mean, the temperature is dropping as we speak.
Pulling up just now, 40 degrees in my truck.
Yeah, and it's going to be colder as the day goes on.
It was 81 at my house yesterday. It's 40 today. That's a heck of a
difference. That's winter in Mississippi.
Well, I know you've been. You know, God, we had such a great hunt here last year, hunting with Wyatt, the swamp donkey, and you said, guys, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going in.
I tell you, you ain't leaving me at home.
It ain't happening. Don't even plan on it. I'm going to be there. Every year the place just gets better, and the deer he's taken already are pretty amazing. I mean, Lake and I shot great deer last year, but the rut action I saw is as good as I've ever seen in Mississippi, and we've traveled all over Iowa, Illinois, and Kansas, and seen rutting at its best, and it was just as good as anything I've ever seen. I've known Wyatt for a long time, and he's a really, really intense manager, loves deer, does a lot for him. I mean, you can see there's a food plot in his backyard of his camp right here. I think we're in for a treat.
This morning, and we're seeing bucks everywhere. We called in bucks, we saw bucks chasing, and the wind held up. That one buck that had her hemmed up, we thought he was a 7-point at first, but he's got a little bitty point on his right side, I believe it makes him an 8-point. Merry Christmas.
You know the rut is wide open.
That's what we were saying. We're like, I don't know what else you could want.
I've had the opportunity to deer hunt places for 30 years, and I have never in 30 years can remember having a morning any better than Troy and I had today. This was deer hunting at its finest. I don't know how many bucks is back there, all in that back corner, going nuts. I'm looking at 6 bucks right now. Man, they're going crazy back there.
We're sitting there, and I look up, there's a buck standing right there, walks across. That's what we're looking for. Big, clean, 7-point.
I mean, we saw 20 to 25 bucks. I don't know how many. I mean, so the numbers went there were so many bucks that there'd be 3 here, and then you'd see 4 or 5 chase a doe this way, and then those would be chasing. You see 2 or 3 more running to them, and it was just, That's a swamp donkey. That's swamp donkey. I had an incredible rut hunt, just seeing deer, calling up deer. It was really, really enjoyable. One of the best rut hunts I've ever experienced in my life, anywhere.
And with this weather like it is, it ought to be even better this year, so hopefully.
Don't fill all your tags in one afternoon now.
Well, I try not to. I bought a couple of boxes of bullets.
All right, I'm going to say hello to Wyatt.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go finish getting ready.
Primo's Truth About Hunting is brought to you by Bushnell, Savage Arms, Drake, Mossy Oak, Onyx Hunt, Hornady, and Primo's Hunting. Speak the language.
You know, here we are once again at Swamp Donkey, right on the banks of the Mississippi River. So Jimmy and myself are both hunting out of shooting houses this afternoon with this cold weather and the wind howling like it is.
Our first afternoon here in the stand at Swamp Donkey. Got a big, beautiful food plot. It's snowing on us as we walked in. Wind is probably 20 miles an hour. Blowing pretty hard. Ought to be some deer moving, feeding for this front coming in. Cause it's gonna be cold, cold tonight. Listen to that.
To say that we've had a warm winter, that everybody in the outdoors who've hunted, it's been warm across the country, and it's January the 3rd, and we're at Buddy White's place, Swamp Donkey Properties here in western central Mississippi, right on the Mississippi River. You can actually hear a barge right there, right in front of us. And it is 35 degrees with about a 20-mile-an-hour northwest wind, and it was snowing earlier. It's done quit now. You can see it where it melted on the window, but it's perfect weather day. Deer still rutting here. If you watched our show last year, the hunts that Lake and I had, just the rutting activity and the amount of bucks, and it was just not normal Mississippi hunting at all. Fun week ahead at Swamp Donkey. We got Jimmy here. We wasn't gonna get here without Jimmy this time. He said, I am going. I don't care what anybody says or what's going on. I'm going to Swamp Donkey. Hope Jimmy gets a big one. Well, Lake and I had fun. Action-packed afternoon, no doubt. As the snow and ice came and went throughout the afternoon, so did the deer. We saw a lot of does and younger bucks, but just not the big one that we were hoping to see. But it was a great first afternoon, to say the least. I ain't sure exactly how cold it is now, but these windows are just about froze shut. But we have seen quite a few deer, a lot of young bucks, does, and we're gonna head back to the camp. Hopefully Jimmy and Jordan had some luck, and we'll be back after these Swamp Donkey bucks in the morning, right here on the Mississippi River. Now you know Jimmy stayed good and warm with all the snacks he brought with him to the stand.
But it's been a fun afternoon so far. Comfortable up here in the shooting house. I would not want to be in a tree stand today.
They see a lot of deer as the afternoon goes on, and a few really nice young bucks. With all these does in the field, they just knew there had to be a big one in the area.
He's coming out. Oh yeah, it's a buck. It's a shooter. He's coming out into the field. There, he's coming out. He's coming out a little more. Let him get out in the field. Okay, you on him?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
All right. Yeah, he didn't go far. Had to wait till the very last light, but we got him out of that food plot. I don't think he went very far. All right, you want to go down and look at him?
One arrow says it's super straight. Another is extreme straight, whatever that means. So, what's true? Every arrow comes straight out of the box, but only one stays straight. In the truck, through the air, out the rib cage, and into the dirt. Shot after shot. That's gold tip straight. Start tough, stay true.
What matters to you right now? If this past year has taught us anything at all, it's that we need to redefine what matters to us. What matters to us is spending time with our people.
God, we thank you for this food.
And giving thanks for all that we've been given. At Mossy Oak, what matters to us is helping you get closer to nature. What matters to us is in our DNA.
This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Matthews Archery, Black Gold, and Ripcord.
Man, it sure is great to be back in the Mississippi River bottoms this year. This is our first trip. And we're hunting with a friend, Wyatt Adams at Swamp Donkey Properties. With a winter cold front moving through, it finally feels like winter and hunting season. And old Jimbo, of course, he made the most of it. He and Jordan saw plenty of deer in the snow and wind. And as it cleared up right at dark, there are several does in the plot, and that's when they spot a big one coming to check them out.
He's coming out. Let him get out in the field. Okay, you on him?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
All right. Yeah, he ain't go far. Had to wait till the very last light, but we got him out of that food plot. Oh yeah, I'm proud. That's a nice, good material.
Yes, sir.
Mississippi River buck, swamp donkey buck.
Swamp donkey. Good job, Mr. Dennis.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Les.
Yes, sir. I didn't hear you shoot, but I don't know if you've been in the same spot with me in that wind, if I could have heard it.
Well,
look at you go.
yeah, we had a good afternoon. We saw a lot of deer. Had a nice, comfortable tree shooting house.
I guess you could call him a 7.
Yeah. We shot him for a 6, but we could tell he was plenty old enough. He came out right. We probably didn't have 10 minutes more shooting light left, and he come out, and there's some does out there in the food plot, and checking them out.
You're gonna see a lot more for this week.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow it's gonna be cold, but it's gonna be clear. It's supposed to. So.
What's the wind gonna do tomorrow? I didn't even look.
It's not gonna be. It's still out of the north, but it's not gonna be as.
Maybe it won't be 30.
Yeah, not gonna be as hard as it was. Golly, it's blowing. Man, I got cold.
I know one thing for sure, we're gonna have a good supper. Chef Rico, I know he's been working on it.
Well, I saw his snacks were better than most suppers. Rico, give us a little presentation of what you're serving tonight.
Well, I have a green tossed salad. Well, got some burgers, man. Some fresh ground chuck burgers. We got some hand-cut French fries.
Sounds good. First night? Yeah.
Yes,
All right. I like it. I like it. Rico is the chef here, and he is the most important man here. Right?
Second most important.
Second. Well, I call you first.
The man who signs the checks is the first one.
Always.
Yeah.
When hunting the wild, challenges abound. Leave nothing to chance. 7mm PRC from Hornady.
Legends aren't born. They're created. Introducing Impulse from Savage, the all-new American-made straight-pull bolt-action rifle. Unmatched innovation, fast reloads, maximized efficiency, repeatable accuracy. Welcome to American Straight Pull. Only from Savage.
The only shooting stick with one-handed trigger pull adjustments has a new way to keep you at the top of your game. The Trigger Stick Apex. Built for sturdy support that adapts to unforgiving terrain with easy adjustments to make your big shots. With our DuraSteady 3-piece carbon leg design and interchangeable rock-solid clamp, nothing tops the Apex. The Trigger Stick Apex, only from Primos.
Well, this is our first morning. Jimmy already got the meat pole hot yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I had to go ahead and put one on the skinny rack.
Well, I know you had fun doing it.
I did. You know, it happened real fast, real late, but it was nice. It was pretty buck, big old heavy body,
Yep.
river bottom buck. You know, 7-point management buck. So,
Feels good again, though.
Yeah, it did.
That in the river bottom.
Felt
Well,
good to pull that trigger.
We got some good weather on our side today, and a good time of year. And this is what we deer hunting. This is about as good a conditions as we can ask for.
Oh, this is great.
Here.
I mean, this will be a perfect day. Yesterday, it was rough. That wind was blowing 20 miles an hour, snow, sleet. And
Wind is freezing up in the shooting house.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it made it a little bit hard, but today it's.
Well, we got to hang on the side of a tree today.
Ooh.
At least it ain't too windy like yesterday.
No, y'all can handle it.
All right, well, good luck. We'll see you at brunch. Yeah.
If y'all watched the show we did at Swamp Donkey last year, this is the same stand. Actually, Wyatt named it the Lake Pickle Stand, the Lake Pickle Ladder. And that's where Lake and we've been here for 30 minutes, just now getting light enough to see. But him and Jordan had some good rut action in here, because they were here about 2 weeks earlier than we are now. But it's still a great spot. Cut this, got some bigger timber to the left, kind of makes a line, and deer just travel in and out of here, bedding, moving. Kind of 3 food plots. If you look at it on the map, we're kind of in the middle of 3 different plots. It's a pretty cool spot they got here. We got the good wind for it, why? Man, we had some luck here last year. Why don't y'all go try it? Yes, sir. So, here we are. Already heard a turkey gobble. Lake said he heard a turkey gobble here last year. First one I heard since New Mexico last year, Lake. But anyway, we're gonna get settled in. Hopefully we'll see some deer. Jimmy and Jordan in another spot. And Jimmy already got one tag on a good management buck, so we looking for some more of them, or a big one or whatever.
Look, when the rut is kicking, you got to be ready, as you know, because a deer could show up at any time and any place. That's exactly what happens to Lake and myself. We barely finished the opening interview to sit down when we spot a buck following a doe right out in front of us.
Right there, Lake. It's a pretty decent buck. I see. You see them 2 oak trees? I got it. I can just see one side of his rack right now. Pretty nice deer. Short tines, but he's wide. Plenty mature, looks like to me. He's following a little doe. I don't know if you can see, I just said she's to the left. Kind of moving this way and maybe to the left a little bit. I can't see him no more. Yeah, he's right there. That little doe's right down my gun barrel. He's kind of behind that thick stuff. They're just going to the left. Oh, here she comes out right there. I see. Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. He gets out in that opening right there. I got a good shot. Yeah, I'm good with him. Okay. Comes out. All right, here we go. All right.
Old swamp donkey, bud.
You know, we were talking about it. That the lake
when Lake hunted here last year and shot that deer. I heard a turkey gobble right at daylight. Some duck hunters, and we were sitting here, and sure enough, I heard one gobble. I said, man, that's gonna be some good luck for us. I'm gonna go ahead and load it, like, just, I got a little shaky. Short tines, old buck. Got a little short 9 on the left side. I only call him 9, but he got long beams, beautiful, big old blocky head on it. Man, what a great morning. We were just sitting here with that doe just taking his time. Hey, old Lake Pickle Ladder working good.
If you hunt enough, you learn the truth. What you seek speaks a language and knows it well. That's why every Primo's call for everything you hunt is made the right way. We sweat every detail, so you get more out of every hunt, and nothing leaves our hand until we know it'll work in yours. Because we don't just make the world's best calls, we speak the language. Primos.
You're looking good, buddy. You're looking good.
I know it. Thank you.
Looking as good as you can.
All of us at Primos are proud to be a part of the Drake family of brands. They make stuff for whatever we're hunting, whenever we're hunting, hot or cold. I love Drake. Drake, always in season. This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Ozonics and Tight Spot Quivers.
Well, this is our first morning hunt here at Swamp Donkey Properties, and Lake and I have a big buck out in front of us following a doe. Right there, Lake. It's a pretty decent buck. I can just see one side of his rack right now. And we haven't been in the stand long when they showed up. During the rut, you better be ready at all times. Plenty mature, looks like to me. There's he's following a little doe. I don't know if you can see, I just said she's to the left. All right. Old swamp donkey, bud. I don't care how many times I get to do that. It's always good. That's a beautiful, got short tines, old buck. Got a little short 9 on the left side. I only call him 9, but he got long beams, beautiful, big old blocky head on it. Man, what a great morning. We were just sitting here, he was with that doe just taking his time. Hey. Old Lake Pickle Ladder working good. Since I shot so early, we decided to sit a while and see what we see. Maybe a little more MRI for Jimmy or later in the trip. And it wasn't long before we had bucks everywhere. Several 3 to 4 year old bucks walking all around, smelling my deer and the doe he had been following. It ain't been 5 minutes. Lake and I were just talking. We're gonna sit here a little longer, maybe try to shoot a doe. Beautiful 8-point young. We literally have 4. I wanna go get down and look at my deer. There's just 4 different bucks all around him, and I've seen him do that before. He was following that that little doe. And now we got 4 bucks standing around the one I shot. He's laying on the ground right there. Needless to say, this is a fun sight to see. Well, I can't stand it any longer. It's time to go get my buck and see him up close. Look at the head. This is a old brood of a buck right here. Look at the noggin on him. Goodness gracious. He is a chunk, ain't he? Look how big and how thick he is. Goodness gracious. Now that is why White calls this swamp dog. He really has some impressive deer. I am very happy.
No wonder he looked like a block walking through.
He did, didn't he? I'm talking about he is thick.
That's great.
How about that for
That's a cool looking deer. Old deer, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I saw him first, and then I saw the doe, and I kind of started seeing what was going on, Lake, and we were all like, "Oh yeah, he's definitely a deer old enough to shoot here at Swamp Donkey." Yeah, but man, I'm proud. A lot of people look at that as it's not a high scoring deer, but it's just as a mature trophy buck to me as anyone out there. Yeah. But another fun part to this story is after I shot him, he went like 50 yards, and we had either 4 or 5 other bucks come in and just walking around him, and they were kind of spurred up at each other and had a real nice 8-point. That was too young to shoot. He's gonna really be a fine one in a couple of years.
Right.
You shot one yesterday, and I got one this morning.
Yeah.
We still got 5 more hunts here with Wyatt at Swamp Donkey, so.
And the weather's getting
and the
better.
weather is perfect. So.
Every minute's getting better.
I ain't gonna say it's gonna get any better, but it's gonna be fun, no doubt. Well, let's get him tended to, and
all right,
we'll be back after.